Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 11 of the Apex Online Racing League Season 16 here at the German Grand Prix. The first race back even I should say, after the Christmas break. And safe to say, I was feeling quite rusty with this one. So I came in with a bit of a different strategy to everyone else. You know, I was going to qualify on the ultra stuffs. I've seen in the past, you know, on F1 2016 especially, early race safety cars were really common around here. We got the really late one at Canada, which is, again is quite common. So I was really banking on, you know, trying to get an early safety car in this race, you know, hoping it could try and, you know, keep me in the element throughout this race. And obviously, with it being the Christmas break, a lot of people were doing a lot of sweat. Safe to say, I kind of got a little bit stuck on iRacing, sadly. I'm really enjoying that at the moment, you know, really find that so much fun. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't really done too much practice. Probably hopped on, did about 15 laps of practice for this one. Sadly as well, I'm going to miss a few more races from this season just for like bigger, you know, iRacing endurances, Forza endurances and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird season so far, but in towards the final sector of the lap now. We're only a couple of tenths up on an 11.5 so far here, but as we come in through the final sector of the lap, we're going to find, safe to say, quite a bit of time here in towards the stadium section. You can see we find a little bit, about another tenth there, and then breaking down in towards the final couple of corners through the Sachs curve. And you can see we are, well, we're about 7 tenths up now, so we found 6 tenths in about the last sector of this lap. Through the final couple of corners there, very lucky not to invalidate the lap there. And down towards the line, we're going to finish up near enough 8.5 tenths up. And it's going to be a 1 minute 10.666. Don't think that's associated with anything. And then we hit the wall as we try to keep committed through turn 1 on our next lap there. But yeah, it would be pole position, you know, as you should expect on the quick compounded tyres. No one else actually went for the strategy, so yeah, it was pole at the end of qualifying there by just under half a second over Surprise and Joe there. Simon in 4th, Evo 5th, Pinecone more so, MVP 0, Jason and Reynolds round out the top 10 there. Quite a bit of a spread out grid towards the top of the field there. Only Clone Troop not getting a lap in this session. So yeah, we're ready then for the German Grand Prix. Interested to see how this goes. As I said, you know, we sort of took a bit of a risk. It'll either work out really well or it'll work out really horrifically here in this race. So we'll have to wait and see about that one. But lining up on the grid then, second time this season I've actually started from pole. Obviously both of them in these circumstances of, you know, different conditions and everything alike of that. But yeah, we're ready then on the grid for the start of the German Grand Prix. Obviously hoping we can have a nice clean getaway here. Not too worried about losing places, you know, we'll certainly lose them over the course of this stint. The aim would be to try and hit the tyres to a lap 4 and then go to a once, obviously after that pit stop, then do, well, effectively a 2-stop Grand Prix, obviously, and very cautious of the start. Don't want to light up the rears and crash into someone there. And Surprise actually going to have a good run in towards someone there. We're giving the room on the exit there, and sadly that's going to give OMG, it's Joe, the run as well here. Joe's going to have a look to the outside of Surprise in towards turn 2 there. A little bit of contact maybe between the pair of them there. Simon just punts me out wide there as well through the corner, but we do hold on to P3 here. Just a look at Surprise down the straight. Safe to say, this was a lot of weaving, not going to lie. Unfortunately, I didn't notice this sooner. I would have probably, you know, given him, you know, a word in the steward. So I don't know, I can't imagine Surprise is watching this, but, you know, that technically is illegal there. Simon, once again, is going to give me yet another punt as we come through the hairpin. That's going to give Pinecone a run right around the outside there. So good job by him up into P3 of this Grand Prix from, what, like P6, I think? Off the start list. Yeah, very good start to the race from Pinecone there as we come through the next couple of corners of this lap. We're just trying to keep up with these guys at the moment, and ultimately from there, you know, wouldn't quite be the same as China. You know, we just completely slipped down the order straight away. We actually had a good couple of laps. We were sort of in our own little pace window here, and then we were right over the back of the guys in front. Unfortunately, by lap 4, the tyres were really going off here as we come through turn 1. They just see how much we're to swabble with that back end here. You see Simon there is going to get the run down the inside in towards the next couple of corners there. We should have the DRS though on the exit. See, he absolutely parks it on the exit there, and we just cannot get the power down behind him. So yeah, now as we come out onto the back straight, and unfortunately MVP 0 is going to get all of Simon's slipstream here. We're still going to get quite a good run though, but look at that 0. Oh, Simon, very late defensive manoeuvre there. We think about going up the inside there, but not going to try and do anything from that one there. MVP 0 gets hung out to dry on the exit of the corner, but we once again just cannot get the power put down, and 0 is going to be able to try and swing it right around the outside here in through the next couple of corners. We lift out the throttle ever so slightly. Yeah, I can just feel these rears really start to go underneath me there. Evo's going to get down the inside as well there, and sadly that's going to be us down to P7 here. Just look at this out of the corner there. A huge tank stopper there. Lucky we managed to get that all collected back up there, and Jason is going to be able to get down at the inside here as we come in towards the final couple of corners of the lap here. And yeah, we're going to dive it into the pit lane on the end of this lap here. The tyres, you know, hadn't quite got as badly as they did in China, but it certainly wasn't the best, you know, idea in the world. And sadly, you know, the strat wouldn't work out in at the end, though. The safety car wouldn't come out in the early races. Pretty much everyone kept it clean. I think it was only Team Vodka Shop that sort of got screwed in the early race there. So yeah, a bit unfortunate for him, but hopefully, you know, we can try and just continue on in this race. Maybe a safety car later on could help us out as well here, you know, potentially just bring us back up into the fighting order. Maybe, you know, if we time the pit stop right, something like that, we can get a bit of a lucky break here. But yeah, we will come out in a very, very lonely P17 in this race. And sadly, not too much would happen from there right the way through to the very end of this race. We pick up a couple of places from, obviously, people making pit stops as well. I think it was TOR Leopard rage quitting and Zelchi rage quitting as well in this race. So it will move us up a couple of places in this Grand Prix there as we come through turn 1. But now all over the back of a Langman here, back up into P13, P12 of this race here. Now, I'm going to be able to do anything with the Force India man here. You know, he had the tyre advantage, but, you know, we certainly were just, you know, going to try and stick with him for as long as possible here. We got the slipstream, we got the DRS, everything like that. Langman obviously going to go very, very defensive up the back straight here. We're going to leave him, you know, on the inside of it. Try to not give him the widest run in towards the corner there. We open it up for ourselves at the latest possible point there. Langman, you know, just completely sends it up the inside there and just hold on the exit of the corner there. So we're not really going to go for anything more in this race here. Flick the car back down into engine mode 1 there, but Langman is going to go defensive, so we're going to try and get a bit of a switchback move there, and then he's just going to completely come across me, and, well, that was a little bit of unnecessary contact there. We did speak about it in DMs afterwards, you know. I think we're all okay from that one now. I know we did a bit of aggressive weave, saying, what the hell am I doing, but, you know, ultimately I did have the right to be there as well. He took the defensive line. I'm obviously going to get the better run, and he had the inside for the next corner. I'm not too sure why he decided to try and squeeze me out as much as he did there. But yeah, that's unfortunately going to drop us back down to P14 here. And we drop down to P15, you know, after the pit stop windows. Vodka will be able to get past me as well here. And sadly, we'd have, I'm pretty certain, the longest screen freeze of all time on F1 2018. I counted this one up. It was 18 seconds, which, yeah, as I said, I'm pretty certain is a new personal best for myself on this game. You can see still frozen, still frozen, still frozen. Continue on, you know, and there we go. We finally get the game back, and yeah, unfortunately, everyone else had, you know, been air quotes disconnected here. Obviously, it was just me at the end of the day there. So yeah, not really the race I would have wanted at the end of the day. Once again, they get screwed by the game, sadly. But yeah, that is it for this week's highlights. Yeah, really, really unfortunate how the season has gone so far. You know, I don't stream these races because ultimately F1 isn't stable enough for it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you get yourself subscribed if you're new to the channel as well. But yeah, that has been it from me for the German Grand Prix. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time at the Hungarian Grand Prix.